Gamers, you into submarines, simulation games, mixture of both? But I got the game for you. Grab a cup of coffee, soda, tea, whatever your jam is, and hang out with me for a minute while I show you my new time sink. Haven't posted much recently due to playing some First Ascendant, and this game right here has stole the rest of my time. So this is UBoat. Wanted to make a quick video, hopefully a quick video today. Hopefully save you guys some time. It's going to be a bit of a review and some beginner tips and then some gameplay. Reason again behind this video, I would like more people be aware of this game because I think they did an epic job on this. This is kind of the sub game I've been waiting for since I was a kid, playing Silent Service and things of that nature. So I want to show you around a little bit, give you some pointers that I don't think the tutorial really points out very well, and it's kind of game changing. Makes the game way more fun and enjoyable, so I want to point those out, give you some tips, and then hopefully I can go out and play a little aggressively and get into some trouble and show you guys some of the game. So just to get the review part out, I absolutely can't recommend this game enough. Again, if you're into submarine warfare, stuff like that, this game is an absolute blast. I'm going to show you just how detailed you can get with your submarine, things of that nature. So again, come along, hopefully you enjoy this video. So I do have the ability, due to progression in the system, to leave the port whenever I want to without a mission. So we're just kind of sitting out here in the middle of the ocean. Hopefully no planes fly by or anything like that. So just to give you a quick layout of the UI, you got your date and time and your time compression, which you will be speeding up time on this a lot if you're more of a, say, like an arcade type player. If you are in for the pure simulation factor, I have heard that some people will actually just leave this in real time and sail, out in real time, spend days, all sorts of stuff like that. If you want to play it that way, you can, or if you want to speed up time, make it a little more arcadey, I guess you could say, you can do that as well. So you'll spend a lot of time up here in this corner. So over here on the other side, on the right of our compass, you have your battery capacity, fuel, oxygen, which you definitely need on a submarine. Your crew's discipline and morale. If that gets too low, they'll start acting a fool. This next one's your rep points. As you do missions, you'll get these rep points, and you can spend them on ship upgrades, just all sorts of random stuff. So those are very important. I didn't realize until I started to make this video that I actually have 6 of them, so I have some spending to do. The next one is the money that you've made, and then it starts in your ship controls. Now, one thing I do want to point out, because it doesn't really tell you this when you first start playing the game, but for the longest time, I would have my speed out, make adjustments. Oh, I need to dive, and I would have to pull this one up separately. So by default, it only has one up at a time, but this is actually pretty cool. You can set these wherever you want. So just depending on your play style, you can set those guys wherever you want. So you can have them all on the screen at the same time. So that would definitely be tip number 1. So your speed controls, diving controls, you have your rudder and your compass, time, map, all that kind of fun stuff. So your notifications pop up right here. Various things that are going on. And then your officers are down here at the bottom. One thing I do want to point out, these boxes right here are your non-officer crew members, and they can be assigned to each officer to help them do their tasks. Now, when it comes to the difficulty on this game, it's more of a realism situation. I currently have it set to about 50% realism, so there's some things that I don't have to do, but there was some micromanaging that I did need to do as well. So before I figured out this, the crew trick I will show you guys, you would manually have to sit here and, assign people to the different officers. So I'm going to show you guys a trick where it'll pretty much do that automatically, and it just completely changes this game. I can't even express it. I played this game for about a week before I watched a video that discussed this, and it just completely changed the game. So I do want to show that to you guys as well. But before we get into that, this beautiful beautiful view right here. This game is just absolutely amazing. You can pause it, speed up time, all that kind of fun stuff. If I zoom in any more, we will get the inside of the ship view. And I do have one little glitch. It will not talk to this officer. I do not know what is going on with this, but I cannot address whatever dude's problem is. So I've been like that for a mission or so. I'm hoping it would go away, but hasn't gone away yet. The only other issue I've run into is when I launch the game, sometimes it just doesn't launch. I have to go into Steam, tell it to stop, and relaunch it. But other than that, I think that's the only two issues that I've run into. So from this view, again, you can go all through your sub here, from the front to the back, and check out the con tower, look at the weather, all that kind of fun stuff. Zoom out. I like how the ship, you notice the animation where the ship puts itself back together. That's pretty cool. I like that. When you zoom in, you always will go to that other view, even if you zoom in from this side. I don't have an issue with that. I kind of like it being the same, just so I know where to go. So if you zoom all the way in, you can actually, let's see, who's actually awake right now. So I can actually take control of the captain and be in first person. You can walk around the ship, like I could take him inside, all that kind of cool stuff. And they have done an amazing job detailing the ship. So I don't want to spoil everything for you guys. So I'll let you explore the interior of the ship and just know that they did an amazing job with the detail. Let's see. Jump into the engine room. Captain. Just working on the engines. Like, the detail is just absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Still learning the controls. So your other map view is more of your tactical view. And this is the entire area I have opened so far. I don't know if there's more, but I don't want to do any spoilers, so I'm not going to tell you how I've opened all of... Oh, wow, I didn't even notice all this stuff down here before. Goodness. Yeah, there's ports, so this must be playable eventually. I just haven't gotten that far yet. Again, so I do want to try to leave out any spoilers. The start of the game, you're pretty much up here by the UK, doing missions around here, and as you progress and as you get your reputation points, it opens more and more missions. So absolutely loving the way that the game flows, the progression system. Again, once you get to a certain point, you don't have to pick a mission. You can just go out on a regular patrol. I think that's what I've got set up right now. So I can just go out wherever I want and try to stir up trouble. So I think when we get to the gameplay part of the video, that's more than likely what I'll do. So real quick, let me show you a couple of things. Let me see if it'll let me show it. No, I've got one going. Your headquarters is kind of your tech tree where you do your upgrades. You'll spend reputation points, and you'll have to assign one of your officers to help complete the upgrades. I'm doing an aerial reconnaissance, so in less than a day that'll be done. So we'll get a little bit of an update on the map, so that's always helpful. So the thing that will change your life is in the crew. So I'll show you a couple of things in here. You have your crew list, what tasks they'll do. If you've played something like RimWorld, something of that nature, this is where you just prioritize the tasks that you want each of your officers to do. You have the schedule. Again, a lot like RimWorld, if you've ever played that. You can assign them to squads. You have your specializations that you'll unlock. Looks like I actually have a point, so we'll just even out silent running. So you'll pick one of your non-officers. So we just got 5% quieter. And then you even have a dive schedule for your boat. So the trick here is, as you'll notice, there's some people in here whose names are kind of odd. And then you have more of your standard, like, real people names. So I don't know about you, but I am horrible at names, first of all, probably faces, second of all. So in really stressful situations where you need to pick a specific officer or everybody on the ship goes down, need to be able to do it quickly. So the tip that I picked up from a couple of videos is, and I've tweaked it a little bit. So I have, captain named as captain. I have my radio men as 1 and 2. I've got 3 engine officers, XO. And then the non-officers are named as day, mechanics, and I think that was it. I didn't do navigation. So we have like lookouts, mechanics, and navigation people. And as you notice, I got a couple of guys in the hospital. I think at least 2 that have come down with tuberculosis. So I've had to, 2. And this guy, I think this guy might happen to everybody. So I'm not going to spoil what old Klaus does. I'll let you guys find out for yourselves. But I'm pretty sure that's probably a spoiler. So I'll let y'all find out what happens there. Now, why in the world did I do this? Besides just ease of seeing who's who. Again, when you come into your tasks, definitely want to assign your engineers to, the engineering torpedo type stuff. Keep your radio guys doing radio guy stuff, and your captain and your XO making sure you don't run into any icebergs. Don't pull any Titanics here. Now, the schedule. A couple of people mentioned, and I through my testing, I have to agree. Your non-officers do not need sleep. They are so pumped to be doing what they're doing. They do not ever need to sleep. So when you come here to the schedule, just set them all to working. All 3. All right. As far as your officers, I've tried different things, and I found the best is like 6-hour shifts. 8 hours seems to work okay, but in tense situations, my captain kept going down, saying he was overworked. So backed it up to 7. Still seemed to kind of be a problem on the last mission. So I bumped it down to 6 for everybody, and I have not had any like overworked issues since. So I try to set it up where my main engine people, there's always one of them on duty, and the number 3 is just kind of mixed in there to help out. Same with the radio. Always got somebody covering the radio, and of course with the captain and the XO covering each other. Now here's the kicker. I had no idea for the longest time what in the world this was for. So one evening I watched a handful of videos. And again, my plan here is to save you guys some time so you don't have to spend hours researching stuff like this. Hopefully this might answer a couple of questions out there. So under squads, this is where you want to rename your, I think these are originally like day shift, night shift, something like that. So I just renamed it like engine for all of my mechanics. So they're all in one squad. The lookouts are in another. And then basically just everybody else is down here in a different shift. They'll do things like cooking, cleaning, just helping out where ever is necessary. Now, the reason you want to do all of this, because it does take some time, and I'll actually show you, it's a little bit of a process. But once you do this, like I was talking about earlier, filling up these boxes with the non-officers, you don't have to do that anymore. They will automatically help out the officer that they're assigned to. So your engineers always have help. The radio man when necessary. Captain will have help with the lookout. So again, that squatting your crew up, that is amazing. That is amazing. And I would love to give credit to the people that showed that to me, but there was just several of them. So I'll just throw a mass thank you out there to the UBoat community. It's already pretty awesome. So go check them out. There's a lot of good advice out there. If you have questions on torpedoes, I'm not going to get into all of that. But if you have questions about how the torpedoes work, because again, this is a simulation game, so you kind of need to know the difference between magnetic and the impact and all that kind of fun stuff, how that stuff works. So definitely go check out the creators that have been making videos on this game for a while now. There's some pretty awesome ones out there. So just again, hats off to them for pointing this out. This was one of the main things they were throwing out as well, so I thought I'd include it in mine. Just get the word out as much as possible, because this, taking that particular part of the micromanaging out of the game, complete game changer, especially, in battle situations, when you're needing to dive and stand there as long as possible. Last thing you need to do is, the mechanic shift changed, so now I need to go assign sailors to help the new one on duty and stuff. Like, it was absolute nightmare. My fuel consumption, I was burning through my fuel really fast too. Kept getting lost, all sorts of fun stuff like that. So once you get this set up, takes 5-10 minutes, just depending on how OCD you are, to get this all set up. And once you do that, it's easy. But again, to do it, well, something else, I'll kind of multi-purpose this, but this game actually has a skill tree for your crew as well. This is another thing that I like. So when you come into your individual crewmates, and you can do this for your officers and some of the enlisted, just for this part, but here's the various medals that I've earned for this character. But when you come into skills, they have skill trees. So as you level up your guy, you'll get to pick, various things, and you do certain missions, and you can earn these additional buffs, stuff like that. So I absolutely love this system. But again, it can take a little bit of time to come in here and, pull up each person and, rename them, apply, rename, apply, and go through all of them. It can take 5 or 10 minutes, but totally worth it. Again, it's an absolute game changer. You have basically your leadership, your radio, and your mechanics, and their skill options will vary between the different, we'll call them professions. But definitely set this up. I was probably at least 3 or 4 days into playing this game before I stumbled across that knowledge. So just again, want to spread that out there for you guys. Anything else to point out? Let's see. Campaign's kind of cool. These are the various things, those missions that are on the overall world map. Most of them take more than one mission, so you kind of track it in here. And again, here's your buffs that you can unlock, how much money you get for it, your rep points for what you do, all that kind of cool stuff. So again, we did leave port without a specific mission, so I thought we'd just kind of sail north and see if we can't get into some trouble. So I'm going to play this particular patrol really aggressively, try to get some footage of, I don't know, more than likely we'll come across a warship instead of just some, random freighter. So if I get a chance to sink a destroyer, something like that, we will definitely do that. But again, just depending on how things go, there'll probably be a cut here, and I'll rejoin you guys a little bit later. So as you can see real quick, the time compression goes all the way up to 15,000 now, because again, you're old school sailing, and look how far you can go. So you're going to spend a lot of time in the speed up screen, so to speak. So where do we think we can get the most trouble? Tell you what, why don't we just head over here? I'll show you the basic mechanics real quick. So generally I'll hang out at 3. It doesn't kill the battery as bad. It is currently daytime. Oh yeah, that's why. I always forget why I move this, and my OCD kicks in. But it is daytime, but it's cloudy. So we'll chance it. We'll run on the surface just to get some miles down. Kilometers, excuse me. Might run into something, might not. And again, what's really cool about this game is if you come into this view, you can... Now, I know you probably wouldn't want to do this. I don't know about you guys, but this makes me a little bit stomach not happy, or whatever you want to say. But when the thunderstorms and stuff like that hit, you can come into this view, watch the lightning strikes and the crazy waves. They did a really, really good job on that part of the game. Again, you zoom in, everybody's working. Radio guy just does not want to talk to the captain. See the screen flashing? I don't know what's up with that. So I'd say that's just one of the 2 bugs that I've run into. Everybody's crashing out. It's a really, really awesome job on this game. But let's go get into some trouble. So hopefully we'll see you in a minute. All right. So closing in 5 to 10 miles. Bet you could probably. Oh, it's nighttime. Dang. Whoa. That is a warship. All right. So, all back. All right. So we're going to get the captain targeting on this bad boy. And we're going to try. Oh. Captain, if you could get that firing solution on the go-go, that'd be great, great. Just lose this for a second, Big Daddy. Skirt. Come on, get that firing solution in there.
Engines stop.
Captain, the enemy ships are at battle stations.
We know the drill. Let's turn the tables on these hunters, shall we?
Oh yes, like that.
All engines stop.
Corvette, 325.
Oh, I thought I was. We've been on the surface this whole time. Mobile.
Calculate torpedo course.
Oh, how you lose the. Oh, we were almost there.
Slow ahead. Slow astern. Change course.
Back that thing. All right, Skipper. Give us a firing solution.
You're in shallow waters, Captain.
Change course. Slow ahead. Change course.
Today, Captain.
Set a course to these coordinates. Dead slow astern.
Skirt.
Set a course to these coordinates. Half ahead. Set a course to these coordinates. Change course.
See if we can't sneak up on him.
Set a course to these coordinates.
Captain, the enemy ships have
Oh,
sounded.
you don't know where we at,
Time to test our metal, lads.
Captain. Firing solution anytime now.
Course. Calculate torpedo course.
I keep forgetting to deselect some when they drop out of your view. See, he just thinks he's the hunter.
Change course.
There we go.
Set a course
Come
to
on,
these
Captain.
coordinates.
Get us going. All right, so here's the fun part. I think I'm packing electric torpedoes. You got either electric or steam. So you got your bubbled flavored or your non-bubbled. So I do like the non-bubbled variety. The only problem is they're a little sketch. But I've had the most luck with magnetic detonation. So basically it gets near something magnetic and it goes boom. Instead of having to hit the hole at a certain angle, all that kind of fun stuff. So I am going to set it up for magnetic. Always do this. If you're going to change it, do this before you flood the tubes or you'll have to reflood the tubes. So for this exercise, we're just going to give them a full-on blasty blast. He's a big thickie. So, and if your observation skills are anything like mine when you're setting this particular part up, notice how you can get like a sniper shot or you can go shotgun blast. Yeah, I did not notice that for a little while, so we'll go with a 50-meter spread. We are currently, I guess that's kind of optimal. So as soon as the captain can get us a decent firing solution, we will pop at this boyo. So I just need to kind of stay.
Set a course to these coordinates.
83. So.
Captain, we have reached our target.
Slow ahead.
Give the captain another half a second here.
Dead slow ahead.
Try not to drift too close.
Slow astern. Fire.
Skladoosh. So I got at least one hit. I know one like missed. What did the third one do? Oh. I'll never forget you, Jack. I'll never forget. Yeah, I'll never forget that you couldn't scoot your big butt over on that door either, woman. Dun-dun.
Change course. Slow ahead.
Roll credits. All right. So, this next part's interesting. I wasn't expecting this. You can do this even without torpedoing it if it's a freighter. You can like radio them and be like, yo, I'm about to sink your ship. And
Target position reached.
so we'll throw a stop down. We'll pop out of the water, scare the crap out of these people.
5 meters.
Switch to diesel engines.
All right, so lifeboat action.
Risen to the surface.
We've got 9 survivors. Well, lucky for them, I can hold 6. So 6 people get to come on board my submarine. Now the rest of them, should we give them any supplies? What do we got? Oh, lucky. I'll give you some fruit. Won't get scurvy, hopefully. Any of that citrus? All right, so rep bonus. It's a destroyer, so I doubt I'll be able to salvage anything from it. But just because I like to do that, I'm going to sit here and watch it sink. Later, dude.
Conning tower. There.
It is going to sink, right? I'll pop you with another torpedo. Don't get it twisted. I will be getting credit for sinking on this destroyer. Why you guys don't do that automatically? So,
Periscope depth.
make them think we disappeared. Later, guys. Glug, glug, glug.
Captain.
Good luck.
Periscope depth. Ready for surface observations.
Stay
Switch to
safe.
electric motors.
Totally not going to shoot your ship again. Totally.
Change course. Dead slow astern.
get a proper
All engines
distance.
stop. Change course.
What are we looking at? That's too close.
Dead slow astern.
Now, I tell you what, I would not want to be in charge of loading torpedoes back in these days, because goodness. Those things are like, what, 20 feet long or something? Weigh like a stupid amount of pounds. Is that ship really not going to sink? It's just going to sit there and taunt me? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Flood tube 2. Flood tube
Now.
1.
What do you guys think? Don't want them too close together because they will straight blow each other up. But I'm feeling good about that. I'm feeling good about that. Flood tubes. See if we can get a view of this going down. And then I'll let you guys get out of here. No homework this evening. Fire. It's too dark. There they are. There's one at least. Where'd the other one go? Oh, okay. I think the first one's looking good.
10 seconds.
Nice. Nice. All right. Yes, radio officer, if you will please radio in that thing is history. Thank you very much. And we'll surface and see if there's any junk we can get. Medkits. Nice. So we'll slap that on the boat. On the ship, boat, submarine, deck. Yeah. See? Box. There we go. Alright. So at that point, would probably, especially since I used all my torpedoes, 5 torpedoes for 1 destroyer?
Change course.
I'm sure that's sufficient. So we're going to roll back to port, rearm, go do it again. So I would call that a successful trip. Didn't get a freighter, but there's one less ship out there, warship out there harassing the rest of my U-boat buddies. So again, thanks for joining me. Like and subscribe if you want more review videos. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more of this particular playthrough. Any questions, I'll definitely answer any questions I can. Otherwise, thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you later. Nax it out.